Hello, this is Deb from Life in My Lane. Today I want to talk about bipolar. The reason I want to talk about bipolar is because I have bipolar and I know a lot about bipolar. What I'm going to do is I am going to read some of this, and I'm going to let you all know how my bipolar affects me. Okay, so let's start with how it affects me. Bipolar bipolar 1 is I can be in a depression. In 2022, I was in a depression for a month. The only time I got up to do anything was to get a drink or go to the bathroom. My roommate got mad at me because I wouldn't get up and I wouldn't help and I wouldn't do anything. She says she was sick too, which she wasn't. It was a lie. She is the habitual liar. She made me worse than what I was. I went for a whole month being depressed, and after that month, I called my daughter, which was in California. She was in the Air Force, and she got a hold of somebody in the state that I'm in, which is Pennsylvania. She was in California, and had that person take me to the hospital that I wanted. The girl that I was living with wanted to take me to a different hospital, which I did not want to go to. My daughter heard everything she said, and she was saying very, very mean things. There is a handful of people that do not like her because of what she'd done to me. She'd take my money. She would treat me bad. Just bad things. She would get on to meet me, and she would tell everybody how bad I was and how great she was. And I am a lot better now. I went to therapy. I was in the hospital for 2 months, and then I went to therapy for 3 months, and then I went to therapy for 11 months, and then I went to therapy from a different place, and then I went to therapy from a different place, and then I got a place to live. I finally got out of that place. It was a dump. I live with my daughter now. She's perfect. She tells me when I'm doing wrong, when I'm feeling bad, when anything is wrong with me. I go into depressions, which I am in now, and I also go into mania, which sometimes it's euphoric mania. It's a very happy mania. And oh boy, what was I saying before that? Oh, the mania can go very euphoric, or it can go very low. I've done both. I've done euphoric and I've done low. Low makes me mad, makes me sad, and I cannot control it until it decides to go away. The euphoric makes me very happy, makes me very spontaneous. It I don't know how to explain that. But euphoria, it can last and last and last for months, whatever. And same with the depression. It can last for months. I said that I was depressed at the girl's house. I went to the hospital for 2 months and I was depressed for 2 months. The doctor gave me medication to see if I would go into the euphoric rather than the anger. And it worked. I was euphoric for 4 days. And then he's like, "You seem very, very happy." I said, "I am very happy." And he said, "Okay, we're gonna pull you down, see if we can pull you down." So he gave me a different medication that it did pull me down, and I was in bed again for 1 day, and then I was okay again. While I was in the hospital, I had a peer support person tell me that I should be a peer support person because there was a girl and she asked me if I ever went through whatever she went through, and I had. So, um, I listened to her. I talked to her. I didn't give her advice. I let her know what I went through. She was very thankful. She cried. She got what she wanted, and she felt a lot better than she did before she started talking to me. And then the peer support person came up after she went to bed, and he tapped me on the shoulder, and I looked at him and he goes, "You need to do this." And I said, "Do what?" He said, "You need to do peer support." He said, "You are amazing." And I was like, okay. But I still haven't checked it out. I did check it out, but I couldn't figure it out. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to the hospital and I am going to check out what I need to do to be a peer support person. Peer support is you are diagnosed with whatever, schizophrenia, bipolar, PTSD, whatever, anxiety. Me, I have bipolar 1, PTSD, generalized anxiety disorder, social anxiety disorder, and BPD. BPD is like bipolar, except it cycles very fast. You can have 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 cycles in a day. And that means you go high, you go low. You go high, you go low. And that's what it does. Now, what I want to read is, I want to read, during the mood disturbances and increased energy or activity, or for irritability mood only of the following. Now, you need 4 of these to be considered bipolar 1. Inflated self-esteem or grandiosity, decreased need for sleep, pressured speech, racing thoughts or flight of ideas, distractibility, increased activity, and excess pleasurable or risky activity. You need to have 4 of those in order to even be considered. Here's some more. Marked impairment not due to substance or medical condition. In addition, these symptoms do not meet criteria for mixed episode, cause functional impairment, necessitate hospitalization, or are psychotic features, are not related to substance misuse, are not due to general medical condition, are not caused by some antidepressant therapy. Criteria for a mixed episode. And this is kind of confusing, but yeah. Okay, so the first one is criteria are met both by manic episode and for a major depressive episode during at least 1 week period. Causes function impairment, necessitates hospital, or there are psychotic features. Symptoms are not due to substance misuse, a general medical condition, or some somatic antidepressant therapy. So that is bipolar 1. Personally, I don't know bipolar 2, but I'll read what I'll read. I'm not going to read the whole thing. I'm going to read the symptoms. During the hypomaniac explode greater than 3 or 4 irritable moods only of the following: inflated self-esteem or grandiosity, decreased need for sleep, pressured speech, racing thoughts or flight of ideas, distractibility, increased activity, excess pleasurable or risky activity. Right there, that is your spontaneity. During the major depressive episode, greater than 5 of the following symptoms are pressure during the same 2-week period and represent a change from previous functions. At least one of the symptoms is either depressed mood or loss of interest in pleasure. Depressed mood is most of the day, nearly every day, which is what I get when I get depressive. Markedly diminished interest or pleasure nearly every day. Significant weight loss when not dieting or weight gain, or decrease in in appetite nearly every day. And when last year in 2022, I lost 25 pounds because I wouldn't eat. The only thing I would do is drink water and go to the bathroom because of the water. Um, Insomnia or hypersomnia nearly every day. That was me. So they gave me a lot of sleep medicine. Psychometer against or retardation nearly every day. Fatigue or loss of energy nearly every day. Okay, here's more. Feeling of worthlessness or excessive or inappropriate guilt, which may be delusional, which I have had nearly every day. Diminished ability to think or concentrate or indecisive nearly every day. That's me. Reoccurring thoughts of death, not just fear of dying, recurring suicidal ideation with or without specific. I've done that. And not only did I have ideation, I literally overdosed and died twice. They brought me back, of course, because here I am. It is a scary thing. It is also very selfish. You have family, you have people who love you. You will hurt everybody that loves you. So selfish is the only way I can describe it. In addition, these depressive symptoms cause function impairment, example, social, occupational, are not better explained by substance misuse, medication side effects, or other psychiatric or somatic medical conditions. So, yeah, I can't. Okay. Pretty much that's that. I don't know if I have any more or not. Yes, I do. Okay, what are causes and risk factors of mania and hypomania? As with most other mental health issues, mania and hypomania are not directly passed from one generation to another genetically. Rather, each is a result of a complex group of genetic, psychological, and environment vulnerabilities. People with these symptoms or with schizophrenia or schizoaffective disorder often have risk factors in common included with family history of any of these disorders, loss of parent or other trauma, as well as being born. What are signs and symptoms of mania and hypomania? Euphoric elevated expansion, or irritable mood with increased energy. Now, I have had both of them. So it's like you get very happy, very spontaneous. And then you get the irritable mood, which I have already had too. They didn't call it bipolar at that point. They called it a major depressive disorder. Pressure speech, rapid excessive frenzy speaking, decreased need for sleep, grandiose ideas, for example, false delusional beliefs and paranoia, superiority or failure, tangible speech, repeated changing conversational topics to one and hardly related. I know somebody like that. Relentless increased goal, direct and activity, and impulsivity, poor judgment or energy in risk activity like spending sprees, promiscuity or excess desire for sex. Hypomanic symptoms must be at least 4 days in a row and include euphoric, elevated, expansive, or irritable mood and increased energy, excessive self-esteem or grandiosity, less need to sleep, more talkative than usual, or feeling pressured to continue talking, expresses idea rapidly, quickly changes topic, or feels the thought of racing, trouble focusing. That is very hard. That is very hard. Restlessness or increased participation in goal-oriented activities and excessively engaging in an activity that have a high likelihood of having negative consequences. For example, promiscuity, excessive spending, poor business decisions. While mania and hypomania have many symptoms in common, mania results in more severe problems compared to hypomania. So right there, that is, yes, I have read a lot. I'm sorry, I apologize for reading a lot. But I want people to know what the bipolar is like. I have had mania due to my doctor when I was in the hospital. He literally put me on medications to see if I would go mania, and I went high mania. I went euphoric. He waited for 4 days, and then on the fourth day, he gave me that medication to bring me back down. And then, like I said, I slept for another 24 hours. It takes a while for you to get out of these problems, I guess to say. I was 6 weeks. I was in a very depressed manner. Like I said, I couldn't eat. I could drink water. I could go to the bathroom, pee, and I wouldn't eat at all. When I went to the hospital and I wouldn't call her, she recently just said, I didn't know you were so sick. If I knew if you were so sick, I would have helped you. And that was a lie. I knew she wouldn't. Sorry, I get dry mouth. So finally I went to the hospital, went through all the stuff. Yeah. And I went to, like I said, I went to another place and another place and another place. And then I went and got an apartment. And then my daughter asked me to move in with her. And I agreed because my daughter knows me, knows how I am, knows how to take care of me if I get any symptoms. So she knows what to do for me, and I'm very happy that she asked me to move in with her. I've been having depressive episodes, and she has been trying to help me. So I'm going to try and be better and not go into the hospital. So yeah, so that's bipolar. It's bipolar 1, bipolar 2. Bipolar 2 is, hold on. Hold on. I thought I heard my dogs talking. Sorry, it wasn't them. So yeah, bipolar. And then next I'll talk about, I'll probably do another one. I'll talk about anxiety. Anxiety is something everybody has. It's just some people, the anxiety gets very bad, and you get panic attacks, you get anxiety attacks. For the last 3, no, it was Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. I had panic and anxiety attacks, and I had to sleep it off. So, yeah, anxiety is what we're going to talk about next, and I'll probably do that right shortly here. So, I hope you come back. I hope you learn something from stuff that I put out. I will be doing what I do. I'll give my experiences with anxiety. And then if I have anything to read, I'm not sure if I have anything to read, but yeah, it's hard. It's hard. So, yeah. Anyway, I'm going to end this right now, and I know it was long, and I'm sorry. It was half an hour. So yeah. I am going to end this and have a happy day. And please, subscribe, like, and share. I need as many people as I can to keep this going. Thank you for listening, and just thank you for being here. Have a good day.